So how does it feel to be here in the UK? This isn't your first time, I'm sure.
No, I've been here several times. It's awesome, you know. There's such a great energy that the English crowd brings. You know, the WWE Universe here in Britain is sometimes unmatched as far as, you know, the electricity that they can bring, the excitement. They're rowdy, and I think it just goes with the culture. You know, football over here, and just the way everybody takes, you know, their entertainment, their athletics so seriously. And what's awesome is they travel too. You know, we have so many big events, and we hear it all the time. You know, why aren't we having a WrestleMania in London? Why aren't we bringing one of these giant events over here? Because sometimes it feels like half the crowd is from England. So I think just the fact that they consistently show up and they consistently bring that energy, it speaks for itself.
And what's the best thing about being a wrestler and also the champion?
That's a tough one. There's a lot, you know what I mean? I think for me personally, you know, we have such a crazy travel schedule, and we're just so busy that sometimes we've been everywhere but seen nothing. But at the same time, I've been everywhere. So it's always cool to, you know, be able to say that. But to be a good role model, to be a father, to be a provider, you know, that's the most important thing in my life. And the fact is, you know, whether it's a performance, whether it's sports entertainment, if you have this, your life is going to be better. Your family's life is going to be better. So that's why I go out there and I bust my ass every single night. And I'm going to continue to do so. That way my little girl and my boys are, you know, healthy, happy, and comfortable with their whole lives.
So if you weren't a wrestler, what would you be?
I'm not sure, you know, it's weird. I think like everybody, you know, you go through cycles and different passions and different doors and opportunities open up. But I think if I wasn't wrestling, you know, my goal since I was just a little kid was just to be a superstar, be a role model, be somebody that a child or a young man wants to be, you know. So I think if it wasn't going to be in wrestling, it was going to be in some sort of athletics. And even if I wasn't on the field, maybe it would have been some sort of coaching or behind the scenes, because one thing, as you know, there's a lot of moving parts when it comes to these type of situations and these type of programs. So you have to have, you know, all different types of characters and different people. Yeah, as you can see, this one's a little beat up because this, well, from our past champion, it didn't really make too many towns. But, you know, I think from the guy who had it before, Kevin Owens, you know, he was at every live event, wrestling Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. But these are the ones that we take, you know, to those events. And then we have ones for television as well. So
this is the TV one. Do you have one for the shower as well? You wear one in the shower? And
that's my business. What I do in my hotel room has got nothing to do with you, buddy.
Tell us about the show tonight. That's the reason why you're in London and on this tour.
Yeah, tonight we're running WWE Live, and it's just going to be specifically for the London crowd, which is really cool. We'll be at the O2, and typically, you know, with these live events and no television, they're far more intimate, but the O2 being as big as it is, it's going to be a huge party tonight. So I'm proud to be back here, and I can't wait to get there, man.
The it's an early start for you, so I reckon sleep has got to be on the agenda.
I like to call it on the fly. Who knows? You know, it's a special day today. No time for rest. You know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll see.
We talk about like the performance side of things. Obviously, your cousin is The Rock. Like, he's a big movie star now. Would that be something that you would think about once you come towards the end of like your wrestling career?
Absolutely. You know, I think that's always been an important part. You know, for you know, a sports entertainer, for a performer, to be able to have an open mind, to be able to be creative enough, to be willing to take a chance. You know, one thing that's so cool about Rock is, you know, there were other, you know, wrestlers and Hulk Hogan and other big names that were able to transition, but to be able to go into a, you know, a new deep end, to be able to, you know, test yourself and see if you can and make it and swim in that water. I think it's just a great testament to his character, his personality, his work ethic, and you know, that's something I can't fall down my whole life. You know, it's a very physical job. You know, it's not ballet what we do in that ring, and with the schedule being, you know, 52 weeks a year with no off season. I think it would be a natural transition, but I'm having a lot of fun doing what I'm doing, and obviously I got a lot of.
You got the belt.
I got some weight to carry nowadays. So
I've always wanted to ask this actually. I was a massive fan of WWE when I was a kid. Like I come from the time of like Hulk Hogan, the Ultimate Warrior, the Undertaker, the Bushwhackers. Like, what does it feel like when you hit the deck? How bouncy is that floor? Does it actually hurt? I mean, you're a big guy, so
it's
the
terrible,
harder.
Yeah, it's terrible. I'll go right into the camera here. It sucks to fall down. Like, and don't get me wrong, we are trained professionals. We've put in, and you know, this is for anybody that wants to, you know, be a backyard wrestler or try it at home. People have to realize that we've put thousands of hours into this craft, into this trade, learning the different skills, building our bodies to be able to handle this. You know, and it wasn't easy. We were doing it in warehouses down in Florida, you know, 110 degrees with humidity down there in front of nobody. So there's a huge sacrifice and there's a huge learning curve. So yeah, it doesn't feel good, but it's just one of those, like any job. You're gonna have your pros and your cons, but as bad as it feels when you fall down, it feels really good when you hear that crowd go nuts.
When you get back up. Well, it sounds like you come from a strong family, and I think there's going to be even bigger things for you in the future. So good luck.
Thank you.
And enjoy your time in the UK.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.